Hello and welcome to day one of the 369 Medical Medium Detox that I'm going to be taking you through. I'm Dina Woodhams, or Andrina Woodhams. I've been doing this detox for 8 years now, every single spring. And the difference that it has made to me has been so radical that I just wanted to share it with friends and colleagues who asked me about it and also asked what I've been doing. Now, what a detox will give you is it will give you weight loss, maybe a couple of pounds, but it also gives the body a deeper nutritional value so that the body actually shifts. It gives the body kind of like a sacred space, you could call it, so that it can dig deeper inside of itself and remove the pathogens and the toxins that it just can't do on a daily basis. Now, in this video, I'm going to be giving you just a couple of minutes of describing what you should be expecting during the day, and then ending it with a very short either meditation or movement, especially around this area, so that you can help your body do the process in an easier fashion. The wonderful thing about this detox is that it doesn't force your body to do anything. It gently brings you in, that's the first 3 days, so that you aren't having like a radical change, and it's not, because that's just not good for the body. It shocks the body and actually closes it down, because at the end of the day, our bodies know what they're doing. They have been around for millennia, and they've developed various different processes to make sure that it's auto-healing. And the challenge is that our lives are so busy, and I'm afraid to say the world we live in is so polluted that the body just can't do this cleaning on a daily basis. So very briefly, I want to say this is the difference between a diet and a detox. And this detox is divided into 3 sections. So you have the first 3 days, which is the easing in. The next 3 days are actually giving the body a chance to gather all of the toxins and pathogens that it has within it, especially the liver, which is the largest organ in our body. And then the last days, or the days 7, 8, and 9, are the days that the body is actually excreting all of the toxins. And I'm afraid to say you're going to smell it. Because I don't know about you, but it comes out of every single pore in my body. I really can tell the difference. And my body is clean because I've been doing this clean for about 8 years. So I'm very excited that you're here. Please, you can leave any questions on the WhatsApp group that we've set up, and I'll be answering you. It's a very important thing to do because you will have questions coming up as the body shifts and changes, and you're going to feel it. So the first meditation that I want to give you is just a very simple meditation that's going to set you up for this detox. And it's something that you can really be doing every day. Now, what I want to do is, first of all, make sure that you're sitting comfortably. I'm sitting on a nice fluffy thing, which I kind of is my meditation corner. And you want to be able to, if this is very difficult to be sitting in a cross-legged position, the cross-legged position is not important. The important thing is to make sure that your spine is straight. We'll have a tendency of sitting like this, right? So in order to keep the spine straight, you might want to sit on something which is like a block. So you just put the block here. I'll show you on the side. You can sit like this, like a little seat, and you see how that naturally sets the spine up. So you want to do that, or you could even have something which is, lower, like a little, these are my exercise pads. You can also sit on that as well, and that just raises your spine a bit so that you're angled going down in the front. But the important thing is that you want to keep the spine straight. Why? It's because when you're meditating, the point of the meditation is to allow your awareness, which normally is up in your head, to just using gravity, just to release, and you start leaving your mind. That's where we are living most of the time. and you're coming back deeper into the body. I teach embodiment, so the whole point is that you're trying to get away from your mind, which is where all the problems are. All those thoughts and opinions and fears are up here. And when you start sinking lower in the body, you start connecting with a place which I would say is just a few inches beneath the belly button. And it's called the Dantian. It's the place where you connect with universal consciousness, basically. So it's what gives you that center of that sense of interconnection that we all feel. Now, this might happen on a natural basis, maybe if you're walking in nature. But I wanted to help make you conscious about exactly what's happening during the meditation, because I found that if you understand it, it helps the process easier. Your mind is always going to want to butt in and with opinions or decisions or whatever, because I can tell you your mind doesn't like you trying to leave it. It likes thinking that it's the boss. It has been that way for many, many years. And it's a process to start pulling yourself away from your mind and deepening into the body. But when that does happen, you'll find that everything around you shifts. You become more relaxed, your fears go away, you realize that you're not your opinions or your thoughts. So if you're suffering from that little mind that's kind of going around and round and round and round, you'll start realizing that it's just the mind. You're not going to change it. You're not going to be able to change your thoughts. But what you can do is rest in a place in yourself that's underneath them. So let's do this for just a few minutes. Sit yourself quietly. You can either open your legs open like that to keep your knees straight. That's perfectly okay. Also, if you want, you can do it the Japanese way, which is sitting with your legs underneath you. That's also a perfect way of also doing the meditation. Matter of fact, I'm going to sit this way the rest of this time. This is more called a warrior pose. So if you feel more comfortable, you're less open in this pose, but you're also more focused. And so whatever, it doesn't really matter. If you want to sit this way, if you want to sit cross-legged, that creates you a more open space within you. Go ahead. So the first thing you want to do is close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, just do a quick body scan from the top of your head. See if you can feel the top of your head, and see if you can pull the top of your head up toward the ceiling. That stretches the spine and it gives your torso more space. Good. And then lower your scan from your eyes down to the nose, and then toward your mouth. Relax your jaw. The jaw is a place where we hold a lot of tension. When you relax your jaw, you might also find that it's easier to keep your mouth slightly open. And from the head, descend toward the neck, and be aware that the neck is what connects you from your head to your body. And that is the reason oftentimes we have so many issues with our neck, because it's a challenge connecting both of them together. I'll talk more about that later. Now into your shoulders. You might want to just raise your shoulders up, 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 and then drop them. Do this again. Raise them up, pull them up, and then drop them. And then do the same thing. Pull them up, and drop them. Keep scanning down the torso of the body. You can feel your heart. If you're very still, you can even sense it beating in your breast. And imagine that your heart is beating like this, whether you're awake or whether you're sleeping. All of your life, it never stops. I'd say that that means that your heart is pretty much loving you, don't you think? Keep scanning down toward your stomach. Feel the plexus, the solar plexus, and see if it's tight. And if it's tight, just relax it. Good. That's better. And keep dropping down until you're really between the hips. And notice how the hips cradle your torso. So your torso really just rests gently into, like it slots in to the hips. The hips are like a cradle that hold us. And when you're here, also feel your arms, your right arm, follow it all the way down to feeling it resting with your hand, palms down on your leg. And then also your left arm. Just follow it down along the arm, the elbow, the lower arm, and feel it resting. And do the same thing with your legs. Just flow down your thighs, around the joints of the knees, and then the lower legs and into the feet. Good. And when you're resting like this, take a deep breath in and hold it for 5 seconds. And then release your breath like a sigh. Try again. Breathe in. Hold it for 5 seconds. And then release it like a sigh. And see if you can sense just a little tiny movement of relaxation in you. That you're resting more deeper within yourself. And that the chair or the bed or the floor or whatever's underneath you is holding you. You're being supported. And then while you're here, think to yourself, what is your intention of what do you want to do on this detox? It can be anything. You want to lose some pounds, you want to get energy, you want to feel more yourself again, you want to have clearer thoughts, less anxieties. Really, whatever it is, make it simple, but say it as an intention for these 9 days. I find that intentions are very, very powerful. And then, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And that's your meditation for the day. So good luck, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow.